My mom was a hottie. She was.
When I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, my mother had to be my phone a friend, and she got the answer right, of course.
Seemingly clueless, but secretly very shrewd. Wonderful.
So I think she has that aura about her of having accomplished things that nobody else possibly could have done.
Because I Love Her brings together 34 incredibly talented women writers. They share their memories, their regrets, and what they've chosen to do differently from their own mothers. What would you tell your mother or your daughter if you could tell her anything?
When I was 14, having sex, smoking pot, I yearned for consequences. My mother says she taught me to marry a keeper by not marrying one herself. She picked the wrong guys. She picked jerks. My mom's there for me in my darkest hour, no matter what horrible names I've called her.
With 9 brothers and 3 sisters, it was never that easy to find time with my mom. Coming from a very large family, I was pretty determined not to have any children of my own. Now I have 2 daughters. I am an excellent mother. I think so. I mean, we have a great time. I can still see my mother perfectly, lying in the tub with one washcloth under her head and the other spread out over her nether regions. She was willing to share anything with us, yet still she maintained decorum, one of the few things that hasn't made its way into my new role. There aren't very many pictures of my mom and me, and I love this one. I love my mom.
My essay is about my daughter. I have 3 daughters, but this is my middle daughter who was born deaf. You know, when somebody says to you, your child can't hear, you have no understanding at all of what that is. So I sat the child down and put her in her high chair every day and gave her her lesson and showed her the, you know, all the animals and made all the bleating noises, and she just screamed at me, of course, and kicked and fought and did everything in her power to just, you know, get away. I think I learned a lot about life and understood a great deal about people in difficulty.
My mother gave me a copy of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn when I was about 10 years old. It's a funny essay about books and how my mom used them to talk about things that she couldn't talk about to me herself. I think you'd like this, she said. It's one of my favorite books. The book was a dirty, filthy book. At 10 years old, I was not even allowed to watch the sexual innuendos and busty ladies of Three's Company, yet my mother handed me a story where Katie, the mother of the protagonist, shoots a pedophile in the penis as he attempts to rape her daughter. I would not be surprised if my mom met a pedophile in Brooklyn if she also shot him in the penis. That would not be out of character of my mother. She doesn't care what anyone thinks about her, which I like.
I reveal some things about her that she might not be so comfortable with. The fact that she was pregnant with me when she married my father, and I don't think that, 37 years later, it's not that big a deal, but she doesn't know, so it could be funny when she reads it. Anyway.